why Donald Trump's trial must be prosecuted. What must be televised. His prosecution must be televised. Right now, federal courtrooms, generally don't have cameras. Now, the judge in the case can make an exception, say, yeah, let's bring a camera in here. And more importantly, Congress can mandate it. The reason why this particular trial of Donald Trump absolutely needs to be videotaped, or needs to be played live, actually, for America, I think it was best laid out by Joy Reid last week on her program. She was talking about how Donald Trump has the ability to use disinformation. He's very good at it. He can lie convincingly on national television, and does routinely. And so if there is no camera in the courtroom and there are no recording devices in the courtroom, the only way that Americans are going to know what's happening in the courtroom is from people who are in the courtroom coming out and telling them. And of course, Donald Trump, or at least his surrogates, will be doing that every single day, and they'll be doing it, spinning it in a way that's favorable to Trump and unfavorable to the prosecution. And they'll be doing it in a way that will prevent us from understanding what the real charges against Trump are. And I think it's pretty important that we learn this stuff. Jill Wine-Banks pointed out, she said, jurors are not the only ones the outcome matters to. If we don't see how the trial goes, we can't see what the evidence is. The argument against cameras, she notes, is that, the fear that lawyers will play to the cameras, but there's never been, they allowed audio recording in the Supreme Court, and nobody's playing to the audio tape. Cameras nowadays, she said, are tiny things that can be hidden behind walls. They aren't the cumbersome things that might distract attention. Trump, of course, is going to fight having a camera because he can't control the message then. And that's, frankly, in my opinion, all the more reason why we should have a camera in the courtroom. Now, how can we mandate this? Congress can do it. Now, it would take at least 7 or 8 Republicans in the House of Representatives. And technically, I believe 6, but it'll take a handful of Republicans in the House of Representatives to go along with, and Kevin McCarthy, allowing the vote to happen, to go along with passing legislation requiring cameras in federal courtrooms. But it's high time. I mean, camera technology has been around for a long, long time. And federal courtrooms, that's part of the commons. We pay for this. This is our criminal justice system. And, the public can sit in a courtroom. So why can't capital T, capital P, the public, the real public, all of us, sit in that federal courtroom and watch what's going on? Frankly, I think that it's a pretty important thing. Another story for you. This is just, another example of who the Republicans really are. Down in Miami, Ponzi Pastelita, this is Mayor Suarez, right? The latest person to say that he was going to run for president of the United States on the Republican side, on the GOP ticket, is the mayor of Miami, Francis Suarez. And, he's portraying himself as, he's a Hispanic, and therefore he'll get a large part of the Hispanic vote for the Republicans, and he can bring that in. And there's no doubt in my mind that they will be using him on the trail, and that what he's really pitching for is not president. He's trying to get reelected mayor of Miami after just creating a political disaster in that city. I'll tell you about that in a second. Plus, it's an opportunity for him to raise money for his future elections, because you can raise money running for president and then use that money to run for mayor of Miami, or for that matter, to run for, the state legislature, the governorship, one of the Senate seats, whatever he wants. And I mean, this is typically why people run for president. It's, there's a small number of people who are running for president because they actually have a chance. Then there's a large number of people running for president because they want publicity, they want to raise money, they want to sell books, they want to raise their profile, they have a particular pet issue that they want to, draw attention to. None of those are necessarily terrible reasons to run for president. This is just the facts. Suarez is under FBI investigation after secretly taking a $170,000 payment from a developer who later sent him an email thanking him, essentially acknowledging what is being charged as a bribe. So here he is, running the government while he's being actively prosecuted. He's a Nepo baby. He's only mayor because his father was the mayor. Up until recently, his big obsession was crypto. He came out with a Miami coin, a cryptocurrency for Miami that he said was going to make so much money that it'll be a dividend to all our residents in a Bitcoin digital wallet. He's going to pass it out to everybody. Instead, all the investors in his Miami coin lost a pile of money. His aide, Rene Pedrosa, pleaded guilty for child pornography and molesting a 16-year-old boy in the conference room of the city hall while he was mayor. He has accepted unethical gifts from entities, writes Thomas Ken over on Substack, Thomas Kennedy. Accepted unethical gifts from entities that have business before the Miami Commission, like $30,000 Formula One tickets and similarly high-priced tickets to Miami Heat games. He thinks that, because the press is going to get away with all this stuff. His dad was ultimately thrown out of office by a judge for election fraud. So what's the deal here? Well, it's just another Republican. Shouldn't surprise us at all. I got to tell you about the MAGA Republicans' three-step plan for classic fascism in the United States on the other side of this break. And then I'll be picking up your phone calls. Stay with us. It's 14 minutes past the hour here on the Thom Hartmann Program, helping you win the water cooler wars.